morning, guys. We are back for the final day in Minnesota. No fancy big camera, no special shots today. I'm actually without a car. My wife has taken the car to go prep for our road trip back tomorrow. So in the meantime, we're just going to GoPro it. The guys are working on setting that structure that we finished out on last night. Basically, what happened was the inspector told us, sorry, I'm going to spin so you guys aren't in the sun. The inspector told us he wanted us to put the bell, basically not cut that last piece. Instead, we should cut our first piece. So we did that because that's what he wanted. What it did is it put the bell literally right at the entrance of the catch basin. Instead of peeling up all our pipe to cut another piece, resituate the whole thing, all we did was we blew out the opening going into the catch basin. We're going to set the bell directly on the bottom, the base plate of the structure, and then we'll set the top right over top of the bell. And then we'll grout it in and no one will be, no one will have a problem. We're all good, we're all happy. But from now on, we're gonna go back to our way of doing it because we can be exact and precise, and especially with these other catch basins, they're multi-pieces, so we can take our little piece and seat it, and then just set the top right over top of it. It'll go super quick. So anyway, they're gonna wrap that up. So we have decided that Colton is gonna take over on the hoe today. Sorry I didn't get you guys much footage of me setting pipe, but it has been a busy couple of days with all of us learning a lot of things, and there's been a lot of mathing and head scratching, and as we kind of figure this all out, but we're getting her done. So Colton's going to run the hoe today just to get comfortable with it while I'm here in case there are any questions or issues. So we're going to go jump in the skid and we're going to start spotting pipe for his next run of pipe, which is down the road here. And that way, as soon as these guys are done, they already have all their materials there and ready and waiting for them, and they can just get going on that run, which is, now we're getting into my territory, my wheelhouse, where I used to run loader for a pipe crew. When you're running loader for a pipe crew, or in this case a skid steer, because we didn't have pipe forks for our loader, it's always about being 1 or 2 steps ahead of whatever the crew is doing. You need to be prepping the next run of pipe that you know they're going to. You need to go out there and spot the structures. Everything needs to be set so that that hoe never stops. So that's what we're about to go embark upon. Give me just a minute and we'll catch you guys in the cab. All right, guys, we are back in one of my least favorite machines. I really am not a fan of skid steers. I don't know if I've mentioned that before or not. They're just not enjoyable, especially for doing, large pipe work. They're just not great machines for it. And yeah, the forks don't tilt back enough, so you got to be super careful so your pipe doesn't roll off when you're going uphill or downhill. It's just, I'm not a fan. But here we are. Colton's getting him some seat time in the hoe, laying some pipe. And that's what counts. This is where we gotta be super careful, which is what I don't like about doing this with a skid. Anytime you're gonna go downhill whatsoever, you gotta flip around and go backwards so your pipe doesn't roll off your forks. Highly irritating. Just got to be creative. There we go. Oof. So he's gonna need those two there. I'm gonna go move a chunk of this pile. I'm gonna bring over a couple pipe though, but I need to move a chunk of that pile. You know what? Nope, I'm not gonna do that. I've got this figured, guys. I'm gonna leave that pile right where it is. And we're just gonna put a couple pipe close together. He's gonna have to reach behind him for a couple, and then he'll have to reach forward for a couple. It'll work out. Yeah, that's why I don't like it. It's because that happens. In a loader, you got enough tip that you don't have to worry about that. Alright, so he's got, let's see here. 1, 2, that should be roughly there. 3, 4. I'm going to do 2 more pipe in here, and that should get him back to where I can just start staging them. Should, anyway. So while I'm rolling with this, I'm going to shut the camera off because you can see this is my life. I'm just going around. Here's our pipe stash back here. I'm just going to keep pulling off of this and taking them over there, and we'll stage them, and I will catch you guys here in a bit when I do something different. Well, it is lunchtime. I got everything laid out for the guys here. So here's our catch basin for this side. Sorry, I forget I'm wearing a lav mic and I don't have to yell. So there's the catch basin for this side. And then once we go across the road here, you'll see the catch basin for the other side. So there's our catch for this side here. 2 of the pipe that I grabbed were tie pipe, which basically in this neck of the woods, come to find out, you have to, whenever there's an apron outlet, you have to have the apron and the next 2 sticks of pipe be these tie pipe that have holes in them, and you then insert these tie rods into them and crank them down, and that holds the pipe together. I've never used them before, but you know, I'm finding that Wyoming, we're technically in Wyoming here in Minnesota as the municipality, I'm finding they do all sorts of stuff that nobody else does. They're just one of those municipalities that has a bunch of special rules, which is always fun. Whoop! She went over. Alright, we got that. Pull him off to the side here. Then we'll get back down in the hole for the other one. That's the thing with this skid. The forks are just not long enough. And we need depth. Sweet. It's always something. But anyway, I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, basically Wyoming, there's a whole bunch of stuff we're finding on this job that Wyoming is specific, they want on their jobs. And it's like, come on guys. Someone who's never actually done this before, never been in the industry, has come up with all of these little rules because it sounds good. Like tie pipe. What's another one that we've run up against? Inside of all of the catch basins, they actually have to grout flow lines, which if you're not familiar with that, the whole inside of the catch basin has to pitch directly into the pipe, and it's because they only want this side of the street to catch sediment. In theory, you can go, oh, well, that makes sense, except for the fact that if you're already out here with a back truck, what difference does it make whether you're vacuuming 3 catch basins or 6 catch basins? Like, it's literally just walk from one side of the street to the other with your vacuum hose. So, it's just silliness. I know, I'm out of the seat. So since I have been off camera for a while, what I've been up to is obviously laying all this out, which took a while. I had to track down a base plate for this structure, the cookie that goes underneath. I had to track that down. We stole off of one at the front. We're actually a cookie short on this job. They're gonna have to get that. And then Carson is up running the GPS dozer doing some backfill stuff, so I actually went over and ran the sheep's foot for him for a short bit. So, sorry, that's gonna block your view for a second. I gotta get these tie rods. These are the rods I was telling you about that tie the pipe together. And since you guys can kind of hopefully see me, basically one end of these rods goes in your pipe, one end goes in the apron or the next pipe in your run. And then when you crank her down, it brings the two together so that they don't push out. Again, in theory, I understand why they want you to have those. It's so that, you know, as the pipe gets a lot of flow out of the end, you don't have anything holding, I can understand for the apron, I should say. You don't have anything holding that apron on your pipe, and so it has a tendency to slip off with erosion. Okay, understandable. But they want you to have the first 2 sticks of pipe be tie pieces. And I'm going, why? Like you're buried under a couple feet of dirt at that point in time. But whatever, what do I know? So I'm gonna grab 2 new pipe. I'm gonna take them back to the guys over there, and then I'm probably gonna throw the bucket on this and do a little backfilling. So let's do that. I'll click you guys over when I start doing a little backfilling. All right guys, end of day wrap up. So we are wrapping up, it's like 4 o'clock. We're going early, like I said last night. I'll get you out of the sun. Like I said last night, we're gonna go have some drinks together. We've been working together as a crew for, well, Ryan and Colt and I, a month. With our 2 new guys, Luke and Zach. They've been out here for a week, and we've been laying pipe together, which, as anyone that's laid pipe can tell you, it is a bonding experience because it is a true labor. And so anyway, we're gonna go get some drinks together. We're gonna go celebrate what we've got accomplished, and they're gonna send me off. And I will return to my great state of Michigan tomorrow. Technically Sunday, we're splitting the trip into 2. So anyway, here's what we got done today, which by the way, I did not run the hoe, as you guys know. We let Colton run the hoe until about 2 o'clock, 2:30, and then Ryan took over. We gave Ryan the ability to get in the hoe, Gave Ryan the ability to get in the hoe and get some seat time again while I'm here to answer questions. So, you know, production-wise wasn't the greatest day, but at the same time, they're out here to learn, and we absolutely did that. So I apologize for not doing more filming today. I've been bouncing all over the place. So as you guys saw, I spotted all the materials for him this morning first thing. Carson showed up, and I actually got on the sheep's foot and helped him with the backfill further down the road there. Did some of that. We realized that after he had already backfilled it, it's always when you realize it, that some of the pipe was gonna be higher than their clay grade. So I worked with Carson, we took the dozer over there and figured out exactly where they were safe to cut clay grade to, and then we put a few markers on the GPS so that they will know where they are safe to cut and where they need to bring the skid in and kind of finesse a little bit. So I did that for a while, and then when Colton took off, I actually played top man for Ryan for a while. So none of that really left a great deal of filming opportunity. So I apologize that really for this full pipe week, you guys haven't gotten much film time. But at the same time, I've been out here to teach a crew. That's priority number 1. Filming is kind of priority number 2. So anyway, all that to say, it has been an absolute blast. If you guys, I've mentioned I'm out here for Shifsky Companies multiple times, but if you guys don't follow Carson Shifsky over at Shifsky Companies, click up above. I'll also link down below. Go follow these guys. Carson kind of sporadically puts out videos as he has time, but you will see updates on this project coming from him. And he's just fun to follow. These guys, you know, it's a young company. I mean, these guys are none of them are out of their 20s. Most of them, I think all of them are under 25, and they're killing it. So pretty awesome. Go follow those guys. And that's all I got. I'm driving back to Michigan. We'll see you guys on the next episode of my adventures of playing in the dirt world somewhere. So you guys have a good night. I'm going to get some drinks. We'll see ya.